On our Agriculture and Food Summit segment today, we have the honor of having as our special guest a very important personality. He is the man who sits in the vision driver's seat of the Bank of Agriculture. Join me in welcoming and saluting Dr. Mohammed Santuraki.
Thank you for having me on this program. I assumed the position of the MD-CEO in September 2010. But I must add that I am not new to the institution because I actually began my banking career here in the 80s. I joined as project officer in 1983 and I left 1989 as an assistant manager. Between that time, I was in the banking industry before I was appointed as the managing director and chief executive of Bank of Agriculture. We have had some challenges. The institution has had some challenges over the last 10 years, which is in its recent history. But even with the challenges that we had, the organization had made significant impacts because since that time, the BOA has disbursed over 44 billion in loans to about over half a million enterprises and in creating 6 million jobs. In the process, also, the organization we've actually had a savings turnover of about 400 billion in 10 years. And we've opened over 2 million accounts and created and supported over 10,000 cooperatives. We have also supported and participated in collaborations, over nearly 30 collaborations, employing about 74,000 people, and committed over 5 billion to those collaborations. Now, those are the, in terms of overview of the socioeconomic impact that the institution has made. But we also had challenges. Most significant of the challenges is the lack of lending resources, which has been a significant challenge. And also things to do with the operating model of the institution. But since we got here, we've put in place programs that can deal with some of those challenges. Funding, for example, has improved over the last year that we've been here due to the attention and the support that we have received from our key stakeholders.
For 4 decades, we at Bank of Agriculture have been helping our customers grow their businesses, fight poverty, and develop their communities. And now, we are transforming to serve you even better.
If you are engaged in agriculture or small and medium-scale enterprise, you too can take advantage of our impressive range of financial products and services.
It's a new season indeed at Bank of Agriculture, Nigeria's leading development bank. Visit any of our branches around Nigeria today for more information.
Bank of Agriculture, Head Office, number 1 Yakubu Gowon Way, Kaduna. Central Office, Independence Way, Central Business District, Abuja. Zonal offices in each geopolitical zone and branches throughout Nigeria.
Bank of Agriculture, improving lives, growing communities.
Our single objective is to try to create an impactful and sustainable rural and agricultural and rural development finance institution. I mean, the 3 things we're trying to do is to modernize the institution in terms of rebranding it and creating a new image. Changing the name is part of the rebranding, and significantly also improve the level of IT utilization in the bank. The second thing that we try to do is the reform of the business model, which we call the refocusing of the business, restructuring, introducing a new operating model. And the third thing is to improve the quality of our people in terms of the technical and professional capacity of our people. Well, as far as the rebranding is concerned, we have significantly completed that. As for the reforms that we're trying, the transformation program that we're trying to do, we've gone quite far. And what we are migrating to now is to have a two-tier organization that has a dual focus. The first focus will be the on-lending angle, the wholesale finance, through which we will reach our farmers by using the financial system. That means the deposit money banks, the microfinance banks, the microfinance institutions, and other stakeholders in the agricultural business. Now, the second tier now is the strengthening of our retail network, and also strengthen it in such a way that credit delivery is more professional. In the past, the emphasis has always been on credit delivery. So and that is not all that a bank with a retail division should do. We should also look at deposit mobilization, because banking is an intermediation business. You can't only participate on one side of the balance sheet. So what we're trying to do is to strengthen our savings mobilization business. And the way we intend to do that is to license a national microfinance bank that will take over most of our retail banking activities. The impact of that will be that the national microfinance bank will be properly licensed to not only give loans but also to mobilize deposits. And the third element of our transformation program is, of course, the capacity enhancement of our people. We have a new set of trainings and new acculturation that is consistent. We're teaching them things that are consistent with our new operating model and the new structure that we are migrating to. Because of the dominance of oil in our economy, what has happened is that for a long time we have abandoned agriculture. If we compare ourselves to most of the other developing countries, they are doing a lot much better as far as agriculture is concerned, especially those countries that do not have the level of natural resources that we have. A well-worn-out story that people tell every time about the Indonesians or the Malaysians coming here to take the palm oil seeds, and they account for the larger proportion of the global market. We were the leaders in the 60s. And since that time, we haven't gone forward. We are still using the same seeds that we used that time. So our productivity is very low. Our input application is also low, despite the level of fertilizers we import in the country. Our per hectare fertilizer application is much less than what is the international standard. We do not have linkages for the farmers to the market. So most of our products, even with the limited production we have, most of our agricultural produce is lost post-harvest. So farmers are just left at their own device. So they don't have the opportunities that most farmers have in other countries of guaranteed prices in terms of government take-up. We don't have irrigation. We entirely depend on rain-fed agriculture. Less than 1% of land under cultivation is by irrigation. So we have tremendous opportunities to improve yield and also move to higher value crops. Most of our food intake in this country is imported. We spend 1.3 billion to import 4 items that we can easily produce here. It is true that our farmers are aging, and the challenge is that the youth are not going to do farming the way our parents used to do it. We need to modernize our farming. We need to use more modern inputs. We need to use improved seeds, because improved seeds will also improve the viability of the farming business. So we have a challenge because farming as it is now is not attractive to our youth. So what we are doing in the bank is to try to support new farmers with technology, with inputs, with extension, and with easy access to finance.
For 4 decades. decades, we at Bank of Agriculture have been helping our customers grow their businesses, fight poverty, and develop their communities. And now we are transforming to serve you even better.
If you are engaged in agriculture or small and medium-scale enterprise, you too can take advantage of our impressive range of financial products and services.
It's a new season indeed at Bank of Agriculture, Nigeria's leading development bank. Visit any of our branches around Nigeria today for more information.
Bank of Agriculture, Head Office, number 1 Yakubu Gowon Way, Kaduna. Central Office, Independence Way, Central Business District, Abuja. Zonal offices in each geopolitical zone and branches throughout Nigeria.
Bank of Agriculture, improving lives, growing communities.